Sylvain, pardon me, dude. I'd already pressed the button, but he just subbed as well. So, Sylvain, welcome back welcome to your first subscription, man. For those who don't know, we try to hand out replay packs all the time from things we cast. However, the OlimoLeague is a tournament that's very unique and of its own, has its own replay pack system. So, we are not actually allowed to share, despite how good of a friend we are with Olivia and OlimoLeague and the person who made all this. We're not allowed to share the replays from this tournament. But if you want access to these high-quality replay packs on a week-to-week basis for the OlimoLeague, you should check out the Patreon page, patreon.com/OlimoLeague. Because this tournament, for those who do not know, it's completely crowdfunded. Every single week, the prize pool, the staffing fees, all these things, they're covered by you guys. And without that, we wouldn't have this awesome tournament. So thank you, everyone who's been supporting the Patreon. And if you guys are interested in some rewards, there's some really cool ones like replay packs amongst other tiers that you can check out. Last but not least, while saying all this, we had Ginger Matify, Ginger Matify, I'm going to say that because it sounds cooler, I think, subbed to the channel as well. So, hello and welcome, sir. But guys, let's hop into it. It's a best of 5, it's the semifinals for the OlimoLeague. Monthly finals. Spawning here in the bottom right corner of the map, it's going to be Axiom's blue Zerg player, Impact.
The bottom left, as the purple Protoss, it's Jenner's Trap.
Trap only just recently joined us in the OlimoLeague. We haven't seen a lot of him in the past. You know, give me an IEM qualifier, we see Trap every time, right? But the OlimoLeague is something still new to a lot of these guys, and I think it was just a couple weekends ago we saw Jenner really debut for the first time. Last week we had Pig Baby as well as a couple others, but Trap, of course, took it the furthest, shy of like Choya and everyone else, but it was good to see Trap get so far that he was actually able to qualify, which is cool. So we'll see how he does today. Especially versus Impact. Impact's PvZ is pretty good, I think.
Yeah. As far as guys who are in Pro League, have you had really that many? I mean, all we think of is like, I think of just Salvation, Gumiho, and Impact, basically, for OlimoLeague. I guess Marine King is technically in Pro League too, although I always forget that as well.
Oh,
my bad.
If we ever started a team league for OlimoLeague, we could call it Pro OlimoLeague.
Oh my god!
It's like right there! Patreon number 2. Let's get it started, guys.
This is happening. This is absolutely happening. No, but seriously. Really interesting to see some of these guys like Trap play, I guess. I don't know if he's not playing this week or what. I guess the rosters were announced yesterday, but that's cool to see. I was a big fan of Trap. I was cheering for him at MLG, and I was like, yo, his PVT is like the bomb. His PVT is okay as well.
That quickly, like,
yeah, whatever.
What's the opposite of like unescalated very quickly?
Yeah, unescalated, sure. Oh, that's like it's just such a cool way to play. Like, it's been a while since I've seen him play. You know, he went through a bunch of team changes and whatnot. Like, it's been a long time since MLG Anaheim. But if he faces a Terran and say like the finals, he wins against Impact, then I would be super excited. And Salvation did make it from the very bottom bracket, so now it's gonna be Salvation versus the winner of Marine King versus Hero. Actually, pretty balanced bracket. Am I right?
I think it's kind of interesting. We actually haven't. I've never seen this much Protoss participation in a monthly finals, much less in a OlimoLeague. We haven't had a lot of Protoss, just speaking generally.
3 Protosses. How amazing is that?
I don't know, normally it's like Alicia or Yonghua or Myung-Sik, but rarely those 3 together, much less any combination of the 2. I'm not sure what happened with Crank. We need to bully him into playing some more. He did play the first couple OlimoLeagues, I remember, but we haven't seen him for the last couple months.
Well, he won one and he was like, I'm okay.
I won one, I'm retired. Like, I know he went on a bit of an actual like hiatus preparing for Legacy of the Void. He's been playing a lot of random, but I'd definitely love to see Crank come back. It's a fun guy to watch. But Stargate out of Trap.
You know, I don't think I've seen a standard PvZ on this map. I feel like I've cast nothing but PvTs.
We cast that one really epic ZVZ, if you recall, Slip Over Supply.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, but this is like the first time I've seen like a Forge expand on this wall, and I'm just like, oh, it's so far away. I don't think a cannon, like the Mothership cannon, would reach the Forge. It might reach the Gateway. So definitely need a cannon at the front wall too.
Yeah, this was something we had talked about a little bit with maps like Nimbus and other ones with the wider naturals. Pardon me, mains. I don't know that Photon Overcharge is as big of a deal in this matchup. It certainly helps, but it's not like when it is versus Terran where it's like a necessity auto win. Usually at that point, if something's at your wall and you need an overcharge, you're going to need your army too.
It's true. It's true enough. We'll also have 3 more gateways on the way, so going to be adding on some pressure potentially. Do we have a probe out in the field looking for a pylon to place? Kind of, but the Link finds it.
I am a little bit curious as to how he plans to apply pressure. There's that Oracle coming in, and that's well and good, but I mean, when Oracle's hardly at the end of the game. In fact, that Sport Crawler off to the left ever so slightly is in just the perfect spot to shut this down. 3 kills instead of about 7 or so. But for Trap's sake, I mean, I can't really see him being too comfortable with this third. It's a really shallow third, so you can't even get like a big proper gateway haul off if you wanted to like SimCity yourself in here. You'll have to go with the classic, yeah, 2 pylons, cannon, and 2 gateways.
It's not surprising to see him just go for a third. I mean, that's also very common, right? But it's like, it is the third that's hard to take, and usually when you see maps like this, they prefer to do something, you know, not necessarily an all-in, but maybe an all-in too, before they grab that third. But this time he's going to play its, well, I guess he is going to also push out. Just something that tells them, like, you know, I'm not just letting you do whatever you want. I do have some control over this game. If he has to, you know, use a recall, that won't be a cannon, but it'll probably be worth it. We'll see.
Well, the Roaches coming out for defense should be alright. Impact taking this 4th is perhaps a little bit greedy, but I mean, at the moment, this attack that's coming might be saved off. I like the Burrow. I think that's a really smart choice because he knows sentries are going to be part of the attack one way or the other. We'll see if this comes into effect or not. Trap is actually going to back away. Just a quick little update, guys, because some folks are asking in chat and don't seem to understand why. Marine King showed up very late, like literally seconds away from being disqualified late, so that's why Hero versus Marine King wasn't getting cast. We did opt to cast that first, but again, with him being potentially a no-show, we chose to go with Impact versus Gumiho instead, thus leading us to this semifinals match. Now, a couple of force fields do go down, but there's not a lot of firepower behind this.
Yeah, I don't think he expected the other roaches from the right side, so now it's a little bit dangerous. He does have that cannon, you know, good thing that he didn't have to waste a recall by committing to that other fight, and he's going to have Blink really soon, but he needs more Stalkers to really use that Blink.
This Oracle needs to just focus down these Lings. It's going to get so many kills when the fight actually begins. Just turn on that prismatic alignment, baby. The force field's actually really nice. Net those into that little bit of a death trap, I guess you can call it.
Behind this, Impact is going for Spire. Also Tunneling Claws. This will be interesting to see how he plays it out. I guess it's going to be very, very harass-oriented, which, I mean, mutas obviously are, and we do see a lot of Ling Roach attacks at times with them, but they're going to be even deadlier without obs everywhere. I mean, he only has 1 observer. It's going to be hard to keep track of them. They'll target down the cannons immediately.
By the way, Crank came into chat and he replied to our questions. Basically said he's too awesome to play and leave him alone.
Oh, okay.
Classic Crank. Also, big shout out to Matt Pike, just resubbed 7th month in a row. Damn, dude. I think that's a high score from what we've seen so far. In fact, that's probably the biggest one I've seen, I think, so far. Anyways, Stalkers are going to walk to the natural base.
It's going to become a base trade really quickly. I mean, meta games usually do.
Ace
but
1,
usually
Ace
not
2.
12 minutes.
Ace 1, Ace 2, baby. This is going to really hurt because he loses that Roach Horn, and that's his quick, that's his cheap, that's his effective reinforcements. He dedicated so much into that with the Tunneling Claws, but you just can't outrace this. The amount Impact has on the other side of the field, just it pales in comparison to the amount of Stalkers over here.
I think Trap has this game. The mutas, this is it for the mutas. They decided to attack the Stalkers instead of going for that base trade.
I agree. Force still in the ramp keeps the drones out, so there's not even that pull to worry about.
It was rather close. Maybe a couple more reinforcements and then another drone pool, and he would have maybe done enough damage.
I think even if he wasted every mutas to kill the Stalkers, there's going to be more warping potential. There's going to be more damage potential to actually kill buildings faster than Impact can kill buildings, right? Because back at home, a force field or 2 is going to keep him denied for so long. It's going to be so hard to actually physically kill all the buildings and properly base trade this out. Let's not forget the Stalkers do have Blink as well, so retaining themselves is not going to be too difficult. Good game is called, and Trap will take that base trade. GG to him.